But yeah, Teofimo definitely should have went ahead and fought the guys at 140, dropping the belt at 140 when you have Matias, you have Haney, you have Isaac Cruz, Rayo. So many matchups at 140. He did fight Jermaine Ortiz and Lomachenko. I mean, not Lomachenko, but Jermaine Ortiz and Josh Taylor. I will give him credit for that. But like Antonio was saying, 147 is one of the weakest divisions in boxing because most of those guys have no experience. Most of those guys are clamoring for a Brian Norman Jr. fight. He's one of the youngest champions. So that lets you know right now that that weight class is just, it has nothing going on right now. They on the back end right now. And for Teofimo to make this move, I don't know how that helps boxing right now because a lot of people don't see him as a 147 fighter, even though he's been talking about Terrence Crawford and him leaving 147, and he hasn't been there long. I know most of those guys, they'll stay at 140 for like 2 years. I think he's been there 2 years. I ain't gonna say that. He's been there 2 years. Yeah, because he fought. Yeah, he's been there 2 years. Coming up on 2 years, but still. Dude can't make weight or something? He can't make 140 now? He's not a tall guy. He's not a very big guy, so I don't know. Maybe he feel like he's draining himself right now. I know Regis Prograis moving up to 47, so maybe that's a fight that Eddie Hearn possibly tried to put together at a certain point. If Teofimo is no longer on top rank, if he's on the zone, fighting like he did against Kambosos, that's a fight that can happen. But it's going to be very tough to see, man. Teofimo definitely is leaving a lot of untapped potential right now. And he's at that age right now where he should be fighting some decent names right now, turning that corner. Still got a lot of time because he's young, but he's not developing like he should be. Like he said, I can understand protecting the O, but if someone clinches so badly towards that O or only loss, it shows that they're not confident in that game. Yeah, I said that earlier. I don't think he's confident because the way he's carrying himself as far as his whole bravado, and he's more confident outside the ring than he is in the ring. In the ring, he's kind of chasing. You know, he got that high guard. He doesn't have that confidence like he used to have, where he was a showboater and he'll throw those hard shots and try to make certain gestures toward the crowd. But now Teofimo, he doesn't even smile when he's in the ring no more. He get in the ring now. He don't even smile when he get in the ring. That's the only way I can explain it. Like, he goes in there and looks at it like, well, I gotta do this now. It's almost like punishment. You're supposed to have fun in the ring. It's not punishment. Yeah, they need to take a page out of Bivol and Bitterbill book and let the results speak for themselves and continue to fight. Exactly. That's the only way. I mean, bro, I don't know if anybody know it, but Bitterbill and Bivol, they both won in that fight. You can't really tell who lost the fight because a lot of people feel like both of those guys had a chance. They fought well. It was a tough fight. You could tell they was in the best shape of their life. We just seen Bivol fight like twice. And he was in better shape and he was bigger in this fight than he has been in previous fights. That just goes to show how they actually take their craft in the sport. A lot of people feel like they wasn't fighting that hard and tough. I mean, they were at times. I think overall, when I really think about it, Bitterbill, he was still hurt. So he wasn't really going all out like that. But Bivol, he was definitely getting caught with a lot of shots. Yeah, money ain't there no more. It ain't. And I'm going to tell you that the pay-per-views kind of drained a lot of fans too. The fans that was paying for like pay-per-views and stuff, I think they kind of wore out them fans after a while. When you go back and look at certain fights that was pay-per-view. I know Canelo's a big-time fighter, but when you go back and look at certain fights like Billy Joe or whatever, you like, man, I can't believe I was paying for all that, man. I can't believe I was paying for all that stuff. I pay for Billy Joe and all these fights. Man, I don't want to pay for this stuff. So sometimes a bad fight, you paying for a bad fight, or a fight you thought that was going to be good and it ended up being bad, or you don't want to pay for that kind of stuff again. So usually they end up losing customers from bad fights. That's why I say they need to put on more big fights and better fights, because that makes people want to pay. Now a lot of people want to pay for turkey out of sheep fights and stuff like that because the fights are decent. Yeah, you said Tim Tszyu still in it. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. They got Tim Tszyu in the 4th place right now. Yeah, his brother in there too. Yeah, if his brother beat Baccarat, that would be funny. He said he's so privileged. Yeah, yeah, he definitely got some privilege on that end. He got some privilege on that end. Because he went in that fight unprepared, man. Really did. He really did. Yeah, I seen that the other day. I said, man, he's ranked pretty high still. Yeah, he's ranked pretty high still. But Canelo, he gonna be able to tighten all that up. If he ever get a chance to fight in certain fights with like a Tim Tszyu or Baccarat, he'll be able to revive those guys' careers. And those guys win 2 big fights, he'll possibly fight those guys, even though they 54s. That's crazy, man. Teofimo leaving 140. What if he dropped the belt and still stay in the weight class? That'll be worse. If he does that, he needs to retire. Yeah, in 5 years, most of the stars will be retiring. It's gonna be a lot of guys starting to exit out in a minute. That's why I tell fans now, hey man, these guys who y'all are talking about, they're not gonna be around soon. 140, 147, it's gonna be looking different very soon.